But baby, that was a long time ago. I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it.
But I that's why I went through the number change and stuff like that because I had those interactions when somebody asked for a number and then like they text me like they text me like they know that that some guy cloned my phone during last summer, and then some other person was using my number and they're just communicating on an entire network through my tech and through their observation and watching me do whatever and just watching uh, briefly looking at a photo through something that can't be scanned or making me question why my phone randomly glitches. Well, did glitch the other one, and then realizing that it just got swapped, it just got copied and swapped out, or I had to get my, or I had to get it back or something like that. And so I've just kind of been very restrained, and Um, I haven't given out my number to anyone except for the person I met to talk about my resume and shit like that. But there's been some like differences where like I guess people are trying to help each other out, or because of like the general hacking and the general hacking in the job market, which basically gives away basic information, and that's really important information, even if it's just basic information and like really important information, and it's still going on. I just checked Indeed. My number is the same now, and I think I changed. I think I just changed my email. No, I didn't change my email money yet, but I will. Anyways, um, and I tried to. I changed my email off of TikTok, and something threw a fit. Um, so I think with breaches like that, and especially because there's still things going on this year, and there's more. I think there's more people in there and that have someone in their life that has a similar name, a similar structure or look that got mixed up with a little bit of the chaos that's been going on in the past 4 years when it comes to all of the hacking and informational switches and the things with people. And I know for a certain period of time, especially because I've obviously been experiencing it, things with people like that have really affected how certain people communicate, validate certain things about themselves, and accurately participate in being the type of person that they want to be, or that they should, be from their own decision, whichever part of their genuine selves besides that. And well, of course, in what you do, but that plus the whole like communication with community networking thing, like with the community networking thing, and like playing with you like on Grinder and stuff like that, like like LOL, I guess I need the humor, but just drawing in data about people and the whole feeling like when you talk to somebody it triggers something else, or one of the people that you used to know was connected to someone you knew, and you did the whole "it's a small world" thing in your head, and you forgot about that. So you talk to something that you haven't seen in a minute, and doesn't exactly fit, because you're just like, oh, that's a surprise, and yeah, and it's but then it's kind of odd when the other party lost their notes, but it's not it, but it's like a search and find game of sorts, and where certain people are kind of either trying to understand something, get reconnected, or have nefarious goals. And it's useful to to go to take the risk sometimes and understand things, especially if there are convoluted situations around you. And so you might as well learn something when you have to kind of push forward through the phase. And that's a very enthusiastic way of saying that, especially depending on what kind of phase a person is going through. But um, I think a lot more people are getting their profiles hacked than they are admitting, or like some random person will message you from someone else's profile, and then they'll message you confused or just block you because they don't because they're thrown off by it. And that's like a whole thing in of itself, and it probably messes with the reputations of people trying to get laid because they randomly get but I'm just like, I think that's just like kind of like a thing with this area. Like there's just a community of people that are really inept in a certain way, or they just kind of have a certain access, and things like that can kind of, I wouldn't call them privileges, but kind of mess up the benefit of being kind of a person who enjoys expressing themselves through a certain avenue, or just kind of like a basic aspect of being a regular person just doing things. It could just make it more convoluted, and everybody has like precautions, but that that's just a signal for the adjustment. And so I'm just like, I know I'm not crazy, but like, I'm not going to give my number away and then give my new email away and then have my application for something else just like gone from my email and then have a new interview set way on the other side of town and then apply to somewhere, not get a call back, play the game, and then realize that my number was given to somebody because the person I talked to was their friend and not their fraternal twin. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to make sure that there's a clear understanding that I notice more than you think. I don't say things sometimes because I'm trying to figure out stuff for myself. But that just means waking up sometimes before you hear the alarm. And that's why I have the attitude towards who and what I'm interacting with online, and that's why I'm extremely frustrated that I'm just not. It's almost 9 minutes. Next video.
I can't go to jail. I'm too pretty. I won't last a day. I'll